Well, nobody likes to admit they become a victim of fraud. It can be embarrassing, and sometimes that shameful feeling prevents people from reporting a crime.
Our consumer investigator Kristen Byrne reports on that struggle and why it can be tricky to overcome.
Age, education, race, gender, none of that matters to criminals who want to steal your money or your identity. And considering the variations of schemes out there and how they constantly evolve, you shouldn't be embarrassed if you fall victim.
It seems in every corner there's a con artist coming up with a new way to trick us. They call us, posing as our utility company, demanding payment. They hack our computers, email us malicious links, or they say we won a sweepstakes, but first they need us to pay a fee or pay in gift cards. And if we take their bait, they are hoping we don't tell a soul.
These fraudsters thrive because they know that consumers are hesitant to report they've been victims.
John Brea with the National Consumers League says sometimes people blame themselves and keep silent. The pandemic has only given criminals more ammunition, a COVID spin on their go-to tools, phishing emails, robocalls, fake texts, or bogus social media posts. Research from July of this year from global insurance company Aviva shows people were more likely to report an attempted burglary of their house at 71% than they were to report they received a suspected financial scam mentioning coronavirus. That came in at 54%. Even though the company points out there's arguably more money at risk with financial fraud. It's important to note those who filed complaints during the pandemic are losing a lot more than their pride. As of December 2nd, the Federal Trade Commission reports these COVID-related schemes cost consumers $627 million.
It happens to the best of us, right? People get scammed.
Cybersecurity expert Alex Hammerston says it's unfortunate to see online bullies look for any opportunity to shame others.
It's horrific. It's horrendous. People are always blaming the victim. And really, if you fall victim to one of these things, you're a victim. And so you need to report it.
Consumer advocates say by reporting the fraud to police, the Better Business Bureau, or Wisconsin's Consumer Protection Agency, DATCAP, you're doing something that will benefit others.
Best antidote is prevention. And so if we can talk to people about these scams so they can identify them, then we're better off.
Laura Sutherland with DATCAP explains agencies like hers can identify patterns and educate businesses or consumers about scam trends. If warranted, complaints that come in can also be forwarded to a federal agency, which can investigate a fraudulent company or person.
Folks need to understand the breadth of this and be willing to talk about it. That's the only way it's going to stop.
Reporting crimes, however, can get complicated if victims are taken advantage of by their own family members. Waukesha County's Assistant DA, Peter Tempelis, has come across this with elder fraud cases.
Sometimes the victim, if we call it the person a victim or survivor, they want to maintain that relationship. There's a value in that relationship. They might feel a need to have that relationship for transportation, for care, what have you. And so we have to recognize that.
The National Adult Protective Services Association says only 1 in 44 cases of financial exploitation of seniors is ever reported.
Do you find that pretty difficult, though, if you don't have a victim's cooperation in finding justice for them?
It can be. I mean, it definitely can be. There are situations where we're unable to accomplish what we seek out to do.
Even if the victim decides to come forward and makes a report, it may not put anyone behind bars. Deciding to speak up, though, could be for the greater good.
You may not be able to save yourself or save the money that you've already sent, but you'll definitely help protect other people.
There are also ways to report fraud and remain anonymous. You can do that with the BBB Scam Tracker, and you also don't have to give out your name or contact information when filing a complaint with DATCAP or the FTC. If you want to report a scheme, you'll find links for all of these agencies in this story online. Just look for it on our homepage. I'm consumer investigator Kristen Byrne.